Why do so many of us find our budgets crumbling like a cookie under pressure? It's a universal struggle with a multitude of culprits lurking in the shadows of our financial plans. From the allure of instant gratification to the blind spots of irregular spending, there's a maze of pitfalls we're about to navigate. As we prepare to untangle the common threads of budget failures, let's arm ourselves with the insights and tactics needed to fortify our financial blueprints. Now, let's explore the reasons behind a failing budget and how to flip the script for success. The unrealistic expectations trap. Why do budgets so often come crashing down? It usually begins with a common blunder: setting your sights too high, too fast. Imagine trying to run a marathon without any prior training. You're likely to burn out after the first few miles. Similarly, if your budget assumes you'll suddenly slash your dining out expenses by half or save a third of your paycheck when you've never saved before, you're setting up an endurance race you're not prepared to finish. The key is to temper ambition with reality. Start by reviewing the past few months of your bank statements. Spot trends and identify areas where a slight reduction won't leave you feeling deprived. Incremental adjustments allow you to test and refine what works, creating a budget that evolves with you, not against you. By avoiding the pitfall of unrealistic expectations, you're more likely to stick to your plan and see your savings grow, rather than facing the discouragement of unmet, unrealistic goals. The habitual spending overlook. The budgeting booby trap that often goes unnoticed is habitual spending. Just like the little pathways you wear into the carpet from treading the same route daily, spending habits are deep grooves in our financial life that can be hard to steer away from. If you overlook these patterns, your budget may as well be a sieve, leaking funds in all the usual places. For instance, you might not think much of that weekly movie rental, but over a year, it could equal a month's electricity bill. Understanding your spending reflexes is the first step towards financial control. Track where your discretionary funds go, no matter how small the amount may seem. Then, question each habit. Is it a need or a want? Could you find a less expensive alternative or eliminate the expense altogether? Sometimes, it's about finding joy in free or lower-cost activities. Budgeting is more than allocating money. It's about reallocating your habits to align with your financial goals. And when you do that, the savings start to add up, not just in your bank account, but in your mastery over impulse spending. Forgetting the irregulars. You've mastered your monthly bills, accounted for groceries, and even shaved a bit off your entertainment budget. But then, out of the blue, your car needs repairs, or it's time to renew your insurance. These aren't surprises. They're irregular expenses, and forgetting to plan for them is like forgetting an umbrella in a forecasted rainstorm. Eventually, you're going to get soaked. To combat this, start a sporadic expenses fund. Review a year's worth of bank statements to identify all those annual or semi-annual payments. Divide the total by 12 and save that amount each month. Suddenly, your car servicing or holiday gifts are planned expenses, not panic-inducing emergencies. This foresight changes the game. Instead of scrambling for cover, you calmly open your umbrella and continue on your way, financially dry and secure. The misleading comfort of instant gratification. The siren call of instant gratification is seductive. It assures you that the pleasure of today is worth the potential pain of tomorrow. But is it really? That momentary rush from a spontaneous purchase fades quickly, but the impact on your budget can linger much longer. To build a budget that lasts, we need to practice the art of delayed gratification. This isn't about self-denial, it's self-empowerment. Before each purchase, ask yourself if it aligns with your longer-term goals. Could waiting a day or two for that purchase help you assess its true value? This isn't about saying no, but about saying not now. By shifting focus to the future, you're training yourself to make financial decisions that favor long-term prosperity over fleeting pleasure. A lack of emergency planning. An unexpected medical bill or job loss can feel like a financial tsunami, sweeping away your budget's stability. This is where an emergency fund comes into play. It's the financial levee that holds back the chaos. Yet, many overlook this crucial aspect of financial planning. Without it, you're one crisis away from debt or, worse, financial ruin. Building an emergency fund isn't about forecasting doom. It's about ensuring your peace of mind. Start small if you must, but start. Even a modest reserve can mean the difference between a hiccup and a catastrophe. Prioritize contributions to this fund as if it were a fixed expense. With each deposit, you're not just saving money, you're buying a slice of future calm. When the storms do hit, and eventually they will, you'll have the buffer you need to keep your head above water. Financially speaking, failing to adjust with life changes. The only constant in life is change, yet often, our budgets are etched in stone, unyielding to the ebbs and flows of life. But what happens when you get a raise, have a child, or face an unexpected reduction in income? If your budget doesn't reflect these life changes, it's as useful as last year's calendar. A static budget in a dynamic life is like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. Your budget should be a living document, one that breathes in sync with your life's rhythm. Whether it's a promotion or a downturn, revisit your budget. Adjust your savings goals, reallocate funds, and reassess priorities. Embrace the flexibility that allows your financial plan to stand resilient against life's constant evolution. Remember, a budget that bends does not break. Neglecting to review and reflect. Creating a budget can feel like setting a ship to sail. But the journey doesn't end with just setting the course. You must regularly check the compass and adjust the sails. That's what reviewing your budget is all about. It's not merely a once-a-year affair. It's a continuous process that demands attention. Each review is an opportunity to ask crucial questions. Are you closer to your financial goals? Where did you excel, and where did you falter? This isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about being honest. The insights from these reflections guide your next moves, helping you to course correct and capitalize on what works. They turn hindsight into foresight, turning past experiences into invaluable lessons for future prosperity. So, carve out time monthly or quarterly, sit with your budget, and engage in a frank conversation with your spending and saving habits. This ritual is the pulse check that keeps your budget alive, vibrant, and most importantly, effective. The unrealistic expectations trap. As we bring our budgetary journey to a close, let's address a final critical pitfall: the trap of unrealistic expectations. Crafting a budget on the overly ambitious premise that you'll drastically cut costs overnight is setting the stage for defeat. Real budgeting is less about drastic cuts and more about informed, attainable goals. It involves understanding your current expenses and gently steering them towards sustainability. This section is not just about the numbers. It's about aligning your financial strategies with your actual lifestyle, ensuring each goal is a step towards a larger victory. Here, we'll outline how to set pragmatic targets, creating a budget that's not just a series of numbers, but a living, breathing plan that grows and adapts with you. As we wrap up, remember that the foundation of a successful budget is built on realistic expectations, paving the way for long-term financial resilience. As we've unpacked the nuances of budgeting together, it's clear that a strong budget isn't just about numbers. It's about mindset, adaptability, and a touch of creativity. Remember, each misstep is a learning curve, not a roadblock. By avoiding these common pitfalls, you're not just saving money, you're investing in a more secure and flexible future. Thank you for joining us on Thrive Tactics Official for this financial deep dive. If you found value in our journey today, consider subscribing for more insights that help your savings grow and your financial strategies thrive. Until next time, keep assessing, adjusting, and aiming for your financial best. Subscribe to stay ahead of the curve and transform your budget from a source of stress into a resource for success.